our first letter sender is, let us just call her Miss Call Center Virgin.
Hey there Ninja, you are watching the first episode of my brand new video series which I call Dear Ninja. I know it's cheesy, I know it's not original. But before we start, if you haven't subscribed yet, then please join the community by clicking the red subscribe button down below. If you have already subscribed, then thank you so much.
The purpose of this video is to feature stories that I have received through emails, Facebook messages, and some comments. Those are from my viewers and the subscribers of this call center ninja community that we have. And I thought that it would be nice to share some of those stories with you because I know that for sure at least one of you out there can relate to the stories, and I want to let you know that you are not going through that situation of yours alone. There are also other people who are going through that same thing, and it would be nice to think that you can always get through those situations in your life and those will just pass. So our first letter sender is, let us just call her Miss Call Center Virgin. And please allow me to read to you her story. Hi, this is Miss Call Center Virgin. So we just had our second mock call and I got a passing score of 85. To be honest, I'm freaking nervous. I really don't know if I'll be able to pass and eventually hit the floor. I'm just a senior high school graduate and obviously there are only a few jobs available for someone like me. When I got hired, I was glad that I'll be able to work inside an office since most of the job offers are physically demanding and I'm afraid my body won't be able to take that kind of work. But right now I'm having doubts. I have lisp with letter S and my voice really sounds young. By the way, I'm just 18 years old. I'm actually confident with the navigation, just the communication I have a problem with. The trainer said I need to have confidence. I know you are not fairy godmother, but it's nice to have someone knowledgeable about my job to ask some tips. P.S. The trainer is kind, but she likes strong-willed person, and I'm the total opposite of that. I don't really want to ask help directly from her since I'm afraid she'll just get disappointed. Thank you so much for inspiring and sharing information. Many people actually thought being a call center agent is just being able to speak the English language well, but it is not really just like that. God bless you. So that was our first letter sender. So first of all, you know what, Miss Call Center Virgin, when I started, actually, I also got this comment from my supervisor that I sounded like a kid over the phone. I don't know why, but my voice sounded like I was a kid. And she said that sometimes customers would have a hard time believing someone who sounded like a kid over the phone. But she said that it's okay because if I was just confident and I was able to send my message across, then it should be okay. So number one, do not worry if you sound young because there is really nothing wrong with that. It's not a deal breaker. So what if you sound young? Isn't that nice? Whether you sound young or you sound old or whatever you sound like over the phone, sometimes it may make or break the situation, but I tell you that it does not really matter that much as long as you are able to send your message across and you are confident with what you are saying. Unless, of course, you sound super strong or you sound mad or angry, then that's when you will have to worry. But when you sound young, there's really nothing to worry about. Number two, Miss Call Center Virgin has a lisp with the letter S. So if you're not familiar with a lisp, it's considered a speech defect with the letter S, wherein you pronounce the letter S as TH or so for example, student, or let's just say person, and a person with a lisp will say it as person. So it sounds like th. I'm not a speech or language therapist or something like that, but I have read before that people would usually outgrow that part of their speech with proper practice, and when you just get used to speaking words with letter S. But of course, if you really are bothered with your lisp, then you can consult someone or who is an expert about language or speech so that you can be given proper exercises, or as what I have read previously, you can actually perform exercises that you can research online. That would also be possible. But in relation to your job as a call center agent, where you speak with customers over the phone every single time and you have a lisp with a letter S, I personally think it's not a deal breaker. And that just means that you shouldn't worry about that, because if you are able to let the customer understand what you are talking about, then everything should be good. There's really nothing to worry about. By the way, if you're not familiar of the term call center virgin, that means someone who is new to the call center industry or call center environment. That's what we call the person call center virgin. So Miss Call Center Virgin here mentioned that she does not have issues with navigation, but she has issues with her communication. Personally, when I read her message, I can actually feel that she has a potential and she has a good command of the English language. She is able to express herself well, at least in the written language, because I haven't heard her speak in English. And then her trainer informed her that she just needs to have confidence. Actually, everybody who starts in the call center world would actually be not that confident at all, and that is really normal, because of course you are still starting. And if you're really that kind of person who has that confidence at the onset of your job, then that's good. But when you don't feel confident when you start the job as a call center agent, it's okay. It's perfectly normal to feel that way, because of course you're not familiar with what you're getting into, you're not familiar with the job. It is normal that you feel not confident. And what I'm telling you now is that you actually develop your confidence when you start working as a call center agent. So you don't have to let that hinder you when you are applying. And I understand when Miss Call Center Virgin mentioned that she was kind of hesitant to approach her trainer. Sometimes it really happens that you're not comfortable that way, which I think is okay. I have been a trainer for such a long time. I always encourage my trainees to approach me if they have issues about anything during training and anything that can hinder their learning or their performance. And I really feel flattered that she or letter sender came up to me and asked me for an advice. But what I can also tell you is that try to approach your trainer. Just try and see what he or she can tell you about your situation. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Most of the trainers that I have encountered are all approachable, although sometimes they look like they're strict and they don't look as friendly as they really should be or they are. But there's really no harm in trying or approaching your trainer. So to summarize that, do not let your insecurities hinder you from applying for a call center job or from being good in doing your job or being good with your performance. If you are not confident at first, then it's okay. Whether you sound young, you have a lisp, those are not deal breakers. You should continue to move forward with what you're doing now, and eventually you will develop that confidence of yours. And just an update with Miss Call Center Virgin, we've actually been exchanging emails, and she mentioned that she's already taking calls. It's hard, but she's making progress. To any one of you out there who is going through the same situation, I hope that you just keep moving forward and don't forget to believe in yourself and just move on and do the next best thing. So there. That's about it for our letter sender for today. I hope you've learned something from that story. If you want to be featured, or if you want your story to be featured in one of my videos, just email me hello@callcenterninja.com. I will leave the email address down in the description below, and just put on the subject line Dear Ninja, and I will be very glad to read your story, give you a couple of tips or advice, and feature your story in one of my Dear Ninja videos that I will be making in the future as well. So there, thank you so much for watching and for listening. I hope you will like this video, and subscribe if you haven't yet. I have videos every Wednesdays and Fridays. So see you again next time. Take care and